So throughout April, the water park will have special dance parties, anniversary food and drinks, and, quote, family-friendly games with cool prizes such as snowflake tattoos, wintry themed rubber ducks, and snowy bubbles, end quote. Specifically on April 1st, which is the first day that starts, there will be high energy DJs spinning some toe tapping tunes on the deck near the Polar Pub and fun interactions with Mickey and Minnie decked out in their winter attire. There's even going to be a snowman bowling and character themed tubes for floating down Cross Country Creek.
Did they need to put in high energy DJ? I feel like a DJ is usually they're usually high energy. Were there questions about the DJ's energy level? Like, we got a DJ. Is he low energy though? And they're like, no, we'll put high energy.
So in addition to this, since it's going through April, it will be ending on April 30th. Then it closes for the season, and Typhoon Lagoon reopens May 1st.
Well,
now I have a comment about this.
Okay.
Besides the games, the tattoos and stuff that they mentioned, this is the H2O Glow Nights.
I was thinking that because they haven't announced any of those that they're doing.
It's very similar. Like, so it has a DJ, it has a dance party, it has the characters going around, it's got the character themed tubes. The only thing is like the free popcorn and drinks that they have at H2O Glow. But there's a little bit more to this, but just giving you an idea, like this is the same kind of like vibe, except for it's during the day.
Yeah.
So, sounds like fun. And cool thing about it is if you stay on property, that first day, your check-in day, you get to go there for free. So might as well check it out if you're going in April.
Yeah, it's true. That's such a strange perk. The day you check in, you get into the water park for free, but only on the day you check in. But on your same trip, if you have, like, say you're switching hotels, on the first day of all your check-ins, you could technically get into the water parks for free.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a perk. I've always felt it's one. I wonder how many people know about it before they go.
I don't know.
I feel like locals will take advantage of it quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people
like us.
Right. I feel like people that get in on they check in the evening and they're like, oh, you could have, like, that's the thing. If you don't check until late, like, you can't even do it the next day. I don't think.
There's a lot of confusion. So there's a lot of people that say that if I have a late flight, let's say they don't get in until after midnight to the hotel, like they don't even arrive until after midnight, their room is still reserved for that day or that, day before, I guess.
Yeah.
And so that day before, it's gone. Like you can't just retroactively put the free day the next day just because you weren't there.
I feel like it'd be a much more simpler system just to be like, you get a free day at the water park if you want when you stay on property.
But that's the thing. Like, this is a perceived value kind of thing. Like,
I get it.
Oh my gosh, a free water park day when I check in. Well,
but you could still have that where you get a free water park day if you want to use it.
I don't think they want to give that out.
Well, I don't think they do either. But it's an interesting, like, it is a perk that you can take advantage of. But I do wonder how many people know about it and will actually utilize it. But it is there.
I mean, if you're taking a really early, like an early morning flight, which there's a lot of people that do that, I would say that unless you get in before like 2 p.m., I wouldn't. It wouldn't be worth it to you.
Right? What, they close at 5?
I mean, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Maybe 7. It just depends on the time of year you're going.
Right.
But right now they open, they're open not that late. So.
Right. Now here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
So since COVID,
yeah,
there's been the battle of the water parks. They're fighting.
Battle of the water
and they
parks.
don't want to be open at the same time.
Right.
Do you think that they will ever open both at the same time? Or do you think we're looking at a scenario where perhaps one of the water parks they do away with? Because I think clearly by having one open at a time, they at least don't perceive there's enough demand for both of them open.
That seems to be the case. Obviously, demand isn't there for both at the same time. It does seem
to be the case.
So you're asking if I think they will get rid of one of them? Like, just
do you think, like,
close it forever?
I mean, potentially. I don't know. It's a strange thing to have them flip-flop. To me, like, when you have both of them, like, it's kind of an odd thing to see, like, that just goes back and forth, but it does allow you to refurb one in the off season. So, like, I guess each of them are they've been freshly refurbed and cleaned and all that stuff each time that they're open. But it's one of those things I'm very curious about it, because at one point they had, obviously before COVID, they had them both open at the same time. Now, I don't recall the demand. Like, I don't recall how busy they were. We didn't really ever. We're not big water park people, so I don't recall how busy they were. Like, I'd say 2018, 2019.
In the 90s, it was water parks were insanely busy because that's why they built the second one. And
right,
for a while, it was Typhoon Lagoon, Blizzard Beach, and River Country.
They had three.
That's true. But River Country was open not only seasonally for a while, and then it closed, didn't reopen after.
Brain-eating amoebas. What are amoebas?
Amoebas.
That'll do it.
So, there's not a higher need for it now versus then when Blizzard Beach was built. Typhoon opened in 89. Blizzard Beach was in 95. So what they could do if they want to just keep one and get rid of the other one is keep one of them open that they want to get rid of. Let's say they keep Blizzard and they're like, you know what, we're not going to use Typhoon again anymore. We're just gonna put all of our money and refurbs into Blizzard Beach. We're going to add on. We're going to make it better and improve it. They keep Typhoon open and then close Blizzard Beach and then just work on it for a couple of years or a year or whatever, how long it takes. And then open it forever and then close that other one for good. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have a way to do it if they want to, like, improve on one of the parks specifically, like hone in on it. But do they need two parks right now? No.
See, I don't think they'll do that because I don't think any of their focus is on the water parks.
I agree. You're right. I don't think it is either.
They're going to put all their money and everything into the actual theme parks.
Right.
It's curious to me because, I mean, if you think about it, the attendance numbers, like the raw numbers, they've never recovered their attendance since, like, 2019 was almost the peak. Then COVID.
It feels like it, yeah.
And then the attendance hasn't recovered in the parks, but, they're making more money because they're charging for things that used to be included. Yeah. So I wonder if part of it is just they don't have the sheer amount of people coming as much. And I don't know the percentages of how many people that come to Disney go to water parks. It's probably not that high. I mean, not a lot of people talk about going to the water parks. So it makes me just wonder what if they just continue. I mean, they could just continue this where they go back and forth. It's just kind of odd because it's just like you don't know which one's open. Like, you won't necessarily know. But
well, here's just a stat for you. I've done Trip Tales. I think I've been 90 or 89 of them. And I can probably count on one hand how many people went to one of the water parks.
Yeah, I mean, we don't go that much. We've been once or twice.
I mean, we don't have it as an add-on to our APs, so we can't just willy-nilly go. But now with the perk of it being, free for check-in day, when we're staying on property, we can go more often.
Right.
So, like you said, people like us, locals, it's great. It's a good
perk. For sure. It's just it's a very interesting thing with the water parks is kind of having that flip-flop there, but yeah. I would guess probably in the next, like, if you're thinking long term, 10 to 20 years, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them shut down. And like you said, maybe like Blizzard's the newer one.
Yes.
So maybe Typhoon's open for 2 years. They add some rides into Blizzard, kind of make it on maybe closer to the level of, say, Volcano Bay. Because I think in terms of water parks, Volcano Bay is far superior. It's a fantastic water park. And I'm not a huge water park person personally.
Yeah.
So they could do that and then just close down the other one and have one park. They could. But I would be surprised in, say, the next 10 years if they're both still around. Because I just feel like there's just not a need for it.
I agree.
But it's just not a focus right now. So, but.
Yeah, I agree.